So I want to talk today about something that I think is going to cause a fair bit of discussion in the comment section below. And it's not something that I haven't covered on this channel before, but I never really thought it would go this far. It wouldn't go into the face of the franchise. Recently, the main anchor of the Saw franchise, Tobin Bell himself, came out in somewhat of a support in just recasting the John Kramer character. To quote him specifically, he says, John Kramer is a King Lear-like character. He's huge. His world is very large. If the writing is amazing, he's a character that any actor would be thrilled to have an opportunity to occupy. So I want to tackle this first by saying I kind of agree and understand where he's coming from. At its core, the Saw franchise does tackle a whole lot of interesting issues, and honestly, if it wasn't a movie franchise, if maybe it was a television show or some other long-form narrative, then it could really dive into his philosophy and we can see some very compelling character drama. That isn't to say that we never got that in the movies. Obviously, I've argued on this channel multiple times that Saw 3 is that kind of perfect embodiment of a character piece for John Kramer's character and also Amanda Young. The biggest problem I have with this is that pretty much every single creative individual involved with this franchise has gone on record, or at least said in passing, that Tobin Bell is the reason John Kramer's character is so compelling. One of the things you hear about in every single commentary that has been pretty much developed for the entire series is just how methodical Tobin Bell is with playing this character. How through the course of 8 films, he's created an entire journal dedicated to the thoughts and philosophies of John Kramer. And to think that another actor could pick up this role, after all the thought and meticulous planning and just knowing of who John Kramer is that Tobin Bell has put in over the last decade and a half, at least for me, is kind of an underwhelming prospect. Especially with one of the biggest selling points of the entire Saw franchise is the fact that it takes its own continuity super seriously. Let's be clear here, the only reason I do not like this idea as it stands is because no matter what, I want the last 8 films to matter. I want Spiral to matter. I want the story to continue in a forward trajectory, and even on this channel, I think I've given a whole lot of evidence and thought about how that can be done, even with Tobin Bell involved in just a limited capacity. However, just to be fair to the other side of the argument, this is a story in a series that I would love to see continue for a long stretch of time. And facts being what they are, Tobin Bell is a 77-year-old man at this point, and his character has been dead for over a decade in the continuity and in the film franchise itself. While it might be easy to suspend your disbelief, and I would do so as long as he's willing to play the character and come back for flashbacks, you have to start asking yourself whether there is a true future in the franchise if he decides to not come back or is physically incapable of doing so. And I guess that is something that Spiral is going to prove come next year, but at this point, that is yet to be seen. I will say that in the future, I am completely okay with the recasting of Tobin Bell as John Kramer if the series decides to reboot itself. Hopefully in a more long-form narrative, as I already said, in some kind of a TV show or something else. Again, that is the only type of medium that I feel could give great weight to the character narratives that I feel like this franchise deserves. But as it stands now, so long as Tobin Bell is still willing to come back to the role, and he's still capable of doing so, I want him to keep coming back. As a fan, I could suspend my disbelief. And if Spiral is a success and they do their job right, maybe they could find in the next year or two a way to write him out of the story completely and have another person to anchor the entire franchise on. I know that's a tall order, but it would save us from the idea of having to reboot the entire franchise, losing all the continuity from the previous films, or just simply having to recast iconic characters such as Tobin Bell. But either way, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on this in the comments section below. As I said, I feel like this is going to be pretty contentious down there. There's going to be a lot of different opinions, and I can't wait to read all of y'all's comments. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy in these very uncertain times. And even though it sucks that we're going to have to wait another year for Spiral, and just even today in the time of recording this, we're learning that Halloween Kills is also going to be pushed back. So, man, like, just cancel 2020, please. Just let's get through it. Hopefully 2021 is a better year and we can all come together with all the great films that we missed this year and look forward to a brighter future. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone's doing great. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been real.